Hello and welcome back to Desmin's Creek, our 5th edition live play that meets on Wednesday nights. Last time we were together, the party was able to get their produce, their groceries, to the people who would be buying them from them, and these particular assets were the precursors and reagents that would be used to produce potions and poisons. The people buying them were these chemists who, according to the Tiger's Eye, haven't been able to get the proper paperwork together to establish themselves in the city as official merchants or providers of such things. And so it would seem that she is trying to get her foot in the door with these people who seem to be promising as a means of getting medicines and the like to the people of the city. And she certainly wants to be in good with these people before they really take off. That as they were completing the deal, there was some sort of seismic disturbance felt through the tunnels, and suddenly the area was filled with the scurrying bodies of fleeing rats. The party found themselves squaring off against the largest of these rats, who decided that, maybe the danger had passed enough to take a meal with them on the way. And they did attempt to make a meal of these new prospective clients of the syndicate, taking a bite out of one of the scientists. Pull up my note here because immediately I'm forgetting names. Avery got bit on the leg, who is a male tiefling. However, the party was able to keep everyone alive. Slightly worse for wear, but alive. And both Avery and Tharka, the half-giant female, both NPCs, were able to claim one rat for themselves, which has left them feeling rather good about themselves. And so we resume here in the tunnels after the seismic event appears to have ended. The rats have been defeated. The regular, smaller rats who did not bother the party have dispersed to the point that you can no longer hear their squeaking and scurrying. The tunnels resume their normal, everyday quietude. So, Desmin, you had been in the midst of getting their signatures and exchanging the money right when this all went down. So as the energy of battle calms, the two scientists are going to go about making ready to leave. You see them rolling up this carpet that had been used to determine that the chemicals were what you said they were, and they're conversing with each other. Tharka seems to be checking on Avery to make sure he's all right. And you can see that his pat leg is bloodied where the rat bit through. And he seems to be favoring that knee, but he is in one piece.
Vulcan will walk up to him and stick him with his tail.
Oh, okay. Any preamble to that, or just stab with the tail?
He just quickly pokes him with the tail. He says this will help as he does it.
As he does it. Okay, so I do think that he's going to respond poorly to suddenly being stabbed with a needle, especially from this strange robot cat rabbit thing. And he is going to attempt to jump backwards. Can you make an attack for me? Since he is Not liking what's happening.
$17 on deck.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit anyway. So, he's gonna yell, he's gonna holler and say, "Hey, what the hell's he doing?" And then stand, the hell's... And Tharka's immediately going to step forward and, grab that portion, the end of your tail, and yank it from him, and hold on to it, looking toward, the rest of the group. And, she looks very angry, and says, "What this about?"
I am healing him.
How much health does he regain?
How much is Cure Wounds?
I believe that's 1d8 plus Wisdom modifier, or... Yeah, per level.
Spellcasting modifier?
Spellcasting modifier.
Because Artificers cast within.
Of course. Why would they make it easy?
1d8 plus cleric level.
I'm gonna just
Tristan.
die. It's fine. Yep.
I'm in the wrong map.
You're in the wrong map. Sorry.
Thanks.
There we go. A couple of you were off in the La La Land.
I'm currently trying to relaunch Tailspire as we speak because it crashed originally.
So the spellcasting modifier is the same as the spell attack bonus?
No, it
No.
would be without the 8.
What's your int score?
My int is 18, so it's plus 4 then?
Yeah, plus 4.
Alright, then I heal 9.
Alright. 9 HP for this boy. Where's Avery's HP? There you are. Yeah, that'll fully heal him. And Tharka wasn't hurt. Alright, so that fully heals him. So, as you say, I'm healing him to Tharka, who's not looking at you because she definitely seems to... You get the idea from her posture, from where she's looking around, the way she's holding your tail, that in her eyes, you're a weapon and somebody is making you do this. Like, you're not a person to her. So she's looking for whose fault this is that the weapon is attacking.
I think Reggie's gonna put a hand on Vulcan and be like, "I know you're trying to help, but we still need to ask people before we do things to them. Okay? That includes healing.
Yeah.
Most people are gonna say yes. It's just that 5 seconds, and then everyone's good."
Okay.
Yes.
I
Perhaps.
apologize for not asking.
Yes. Perhaps. Yes. Ask first, and also, I have the ability to heal people if they do not want to get pricked with a needle.
How's that leg, Avery?
As you're talking, you're gonna see Avery has been massaging his leg and testing it, and you're watching his face kind of light up, and finally he says, "Oh, it's getting better. That feels much better. It's all right, Doc. I think he's telling the truth. He's just trying to help." And Tharka's gonna look skeptically, at the leg for a second, then, return her eyes to Vulcan this time. And you're going to see that she narrows them a moment before, holding up the end of your tail between you and, releasing it very showily, just say, "I am choosing to let you go," kind of deal. Power play.
Reggie's going to turn. I guess he was still facing Avery because he had asked the question. He's going to say, "Do you want me to clean off the blood from your pant there and mend that little tear that the rat made, so that way, you're not walking around with a bloody pant.
Oh, well, that'd be right decent of you.
And then prestidigitation and mending.
All right. Tharka is going to turn to Desmin and say, "Business concluded."
Desmond is going to quickly, I think he already. I guess he'll just in case quickly look over the paperwork and make sure that everything has been filled out.
You hadn't gotten all the way through the notes you wanted to take, but you know that you can do that once they leave. You still need Tharka's Hancock signature.
All right.
And sorry, Elisa.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering. We carried the stuff here with like a.
You had like a push cart, like
a push cart. Yeah. That belongs to us. Yes,
rickshaw.
We take that back.
So yeah, they.
Did you hear my question?
I did. I'm sorry. I thought that you were telling them.
No. I was asking you.
Okay. No. So these two definitely don't seem to be. I have to think for a second. I apologize. Because I have to think, what's the most logical here? Would they expect to be just carrying the money and giving you and taking the cart with everything on it, or have brought the money and their own cart? I guess it makes sense that they would have brought their own cart, and that would be where they're putting the rug back onto. Okay, so yes, the rickshaw is yours, and you can assume to take it home.
Okay, good.
Tharka, the paperwork is almost complete. I just need your signature.
Ah, of course. Tharka not usually sign things, but she'll hold out her hands for like the sheet and something to write with.
Desmond will give the sheet and a quill to her that's already dipped in ink.
Excellent. So she'll take that, and you see that she like grabs the quill, like fisting most of it with the nib sticking up out of her hand, and she's just immediately going to like push the nib sideways with her thumb, just smearing the ink from the nib all over her thumb, and then she's just going to press her thumb against the sheet and hand it back to you.
Yes, that works. Thank you very much.
You get the destroyed quill back as well.
Desmond will take it. He has plenty of other quills, so he's not too worried about what being destroyed.
Was that one his favorite? Desmond absolutely has a favorite.
No, Desmond doesn't let anyone use his favorite other than himself.
I like that he lets himself use it, though.
Yeah, he sometimes, like,
he needs to
depends on
check.
his mood.
Yeah. He's like, am I in the right mind state to deserve the favorite, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
Have I done well today?
Have I earned a gold star?
Goodness gracious. And at that point, she's going to turn and start offloading these large crates from your rickshaw onto her cart. It does look like the kind of task that she could use a hand with to get done more quickly. And it is notable that Avery simply stands back and watches.
Yeah, Desmond is willing to help.
I think Reggie's gonna try and help, like immediately, like before it seems obvious that like it would be useful. Just like on the assumption that it would be useful. Mm-hmm. He's not good at helping because of his 8 strength. but he is very earnestly trying.
Oh yeah, I just imagine, like, because of that presumption that he should be helping, he's going to immediately stride up and try to heft one of the boxes that she hasn't grabbed, and he's like, I've got this.
And I think he makes very pointed eye contact with, I don't know who is the strongest in the party, but them.
It's gotta be either Morrigan or Desmond at this point.
My guess is Desmond.
Yeah, I fixed my stats up, so they're actually correct. I have a
16, I believe.
Oh, damn. Double my strength.
14.
15 I have on my sheet.
Okay.
I want to make sure as well.
I'll
Right, how tall is Reggie?
help as well.
Reggie is... Where did I write it down?
Yeah, you're stronger
Reggie's
than Morgan.
short for a halfling.
You did
Mor-
mention this.
Short for a half.
Morgan has 14 in strength.
Mm.
That's because of the class that shows I kind of had to like spread out my points a lot.
I mean, technically, he's not stronger than Morgan, since it's only the modifier that matters, and 15 and 14 have the same modifier.
Oh, yeah, true.
I have him down as 2'11".
2'11".
2 feet shorter than our IRL, guys.
Good gosh.
I know I'm small. Shut up.
I forgot how
Yeah,
short
a
half
small baby.
Morgan is
Tiny
5'5". So.
baby.
Vulcan is
Small
6'10".
Maybe it was
like
Vulcan's thigh that Reggie put his hand on. I don't know if he could reach an arm.
Is Vulcan the Yukikaze of this group, being how tall he is?
Yeah, and his the size modifier for him is 6 feet plus 2d6 in inches or something. Anyway, he's very tall.
That's a lot of parts.
He's
I
lanky,
mean,
though.
Spider is short.
He is lanky.
Spider's
Yeah, but wouldn't it be more
Spider
part
is very
efficient
slight.
to make a robot smaller?
Spider's short, Spider's slight, you said?
he's very short. He's very slight.
Gotcha.
That's his whole thing. Like he as a child he was undernourished, so he's not
He's
big.
just a small person. Gotcha. Gotcha. So, Reggie tries to help by grabbing a box and immediately floundering with it, pleading eyes going to Morgan and or Desmond.
Al would also be offering to help.
Al, you may go up there. What is your strength, Al?
Oh boy, give me one moment. I forgot to open my
That's
character
important.
sheet.
In the meantime.
Morgan is looking for a rat that is the most.
Okay, so she's not interested in helping. She is looking for threats.
No, I'm looking for a
but-
dead rat, one of the big dead rats that's not entirely smashed,
Oh.
like the one that is most whole.
Could be anyone I kill.
My
Yeah,
strength is a
probably
plus
this
0.
Okay. So you get in there and start to help Reggie. The box begins to shift with the two of you working on it.
Nice.
Begins to shift. Doesn't
Begins
actually
to
go
shift.
very far.
This is not the same as it getting where it needs to go.
That's a
Desmond's just gonna look at the two of them, and he's just like, "Please don't hurt yourselves."
It's okay. I got this one. As long as I have a little bit more help.
we got it. I'll
looks
give
like-
Desmond a thumbs up.
It does not look like you
Haphazardly.
have it.
Desmond, they absolutely don't have it, but if you help, they will have it.
Desmond is going to finish bringing over to the cart what he was carrying by himself, and then go over and help pick up the box that they were carrying. Or
I
tried
just
to
like to
carry.
imagine that you grab the other end of it. It hoists up. It goes out of Reggie's reach because he's
Yeah.
short, but it's still too heavy, the other end, for Al. So she's gonna kind of begin to sink with it, and it's gonna come back into Reggie's range. And so, with two of them on one side and you on the other, the three of you get it to their cart.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he lifted up and Reggie went with it.
Not a lot of strength, but a strong grip, you know?
Good gosh.
Oh yeah, you've seen rock climbers. Great grip strength.
Just kind of imagine it lifts off of his hands. You just see his hands in the air, like, oh, nothing there now. And then it sort of comes back, and oh, there it is.
It always comes back.
It's something about
God damn
gravity. So, you know, it takes, 5-10 minutes, to move all. It is a decent number of carts. A decent number of, boxes to move from one cart to the other. But you get them moved over. I would say that there is this, there's a mild tension in the air. It is, that Tharka is still, every now and then, she's looking suspiciously toward Vulcan, worried that he's going to attack again. But it's sort of mellowed or balanced out just by the fact that while Avery isn't helping with this endeavor, he's kind of off to the side, and there's a bit of a glow about him. He seems very proud of himself. And that, kind of happiness just sort of brings up the mood a little bit. And now and then he'll say, Tharka, did you see when I hit it with the bat? To which she responds usually in a monotone, yes.
Avery hit the rat twice, right? Like hit two different rats, right? So when he says that, Reggie's going to say twice.
He just sort of point at you and go, that's right, twice!
Elle would look like she would go to say something, but then doesn't, because doesn't want to necessarily hurt their ego.
A good decision given what you were told by the Tiger's Eye.
Yeah. Don't want that word going back to a boss lady. No thanks.
But at one point he'll say, if the whole alchemy thing doesn't work out, maybe I've got a chance as like a bouncer or a security guard or something like that. He seems really like he's got a backup plan. This is good.
I think with that, Al would definitely like cough, like try not to like make a snarky comment, but like cover herself in a way.
Reggie's gonna say, I think we could find you a good place for that. You give me the impression that the alchemy thing's gonna work out really well for you, so I don't think that's gonna be necessary, but it is a decent fallback plan. I can roll deception if you want me to. But
you should.
That is a 20 on die, which makes it a 31.
A 31. He believes that you genuinely think he will be very good. Like this is a great thing for him that he's got a fallback plan and he should have no worries for the rest of his life. And he does seem to beam more at that. At Al's cough, which was slightly more obvious the meaning of, I think Tharka would cover it and say, you would be a most intimidating bodyguard, Avery. Very successful. And he's just sort of flexing and feeling his own bicep. He looks happy.
I do not doubt that in the slightest.
I have a question.
Yes.
The giant rats like these, are they common like commonly encountered, or are they like something that people have just kind of pushed them further underground?
I would say that, like, they have definitely been pushed further underground by, well, I would say that the tunnels are well enough used that the rats have learned to kind of stay out of the way, but they are not an uncommon nuisance problem. Like, this is just one of the things that you may encounter, you know, especially if you're alone or in a small group in the tunnel. They tend to leave larger groups entirely alone.
No, it's just what, like, we were attacked by what, 8 of them? Would we be like, having spent 6 or so years here, would Spider be like, this is kind of unusual, like, or would he just be like, oh no, this happens every now and then?
It happens, I would say, it's not like every 8 or so years. I would say that this is something that happens, you know, maybe...
No, I meant that because, no, Spider's been there for 6 years.
Oh,
so he has 6 years of experience with this, you know, so he...
Yeah. I would say that it is something that happens every now and then. Like, injuries down here from creatures such as these rats are not uncommon. The tunnels are safe and habitable, you know, to a point. They're still connected to other places. They're still... If they're inhabitable by people, they're inhabitable by monsters. And the rats are just one of those things.
Yeah. No. That's what I was wondering. Just...
Yeah.
You wouldn't be standing here going like, giant rats, I haven't seen these in years. It's like, no, he's not like that. It's like, oh, no, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I would say that, like, rat attack is something that happens, like, once a month or once every 2 months, you know? It's not, like, an everyday thing, but it's also not, like, oh my god, I thought we defeated the Great Rat Menace. What do you mean it's back?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted because I was noticing that my chat is wrong. There it is. Anyway, so, as you, as you finish moving the crates over to their cart, you know, they're going to kind of, you know, as it were, saddle up. They're pushing their own cart. They didn't bring any beast of burden with them, but they are going to as they head toward the port into this room, they are going to look back and reiterate, you know, we look forward to further and future dealings with the Syndicate. This has been a most informative and pleasurable experience. Thank you for healing me with your Megatron there.
Looking will nod.
It has been a pleasure, and we look forward to doing more business with you as well.
And they are going to head away down the tunnel away from your destination.
Okay, then Morgan will slam a rat into the cart. Like, what, since when was a tunnel rat literal? Literal.
There
Reggie will say to Morgan, "You seem to have picked up on something going on before all those rats came out of the stoneworks, as it were. Any idea what had been happening, or just noticed something was off?"
Noticed the trembling and stench.
Well, a heads up would have been nice.
Wasn't sure what it was yet.
It's reasonable not to have tried to spook the two of them.
I'll just point at my nose.
Reggie was defending you to Spider.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah, I
she
know.
pointed at her nose.
Okay.
I understood.
Does a tremble and a noteworthy smell bring anything to mind to Reggie about what might have happened?
Why don't you roll me nature first?
Okay. Nature is not great. That is a 13.
13. And then, why don't you give me... let's go with medicine.
Medicine is... a 13. A different number on die.
With
Well, an 8
13.
and a 9.
I would say that while you really have no idea what might have caused it, you do know that there's these tunnels run wide and they run deep, and they run. You're right on a bay, so your guess is, while you don't know what caused the tremble, whatever this tremble was moved the air inside the tunnels and pushed the reek that is usually elsewhere into these areas.
Okay.
Maybe that reek came from the place where the tremble came from, but beyond that, your mastery of these natural sciences is weak.
Mika has opinions about natural sciences. Well, should we be heading back now?
You think we got enough information from them?
Yes, I have enough information.
We did our job, but should we look into what happened with the rats?
Oh, I'm thinking of asking some questions once we return. I know rats in the sewers isn't uncommon, but this feels oddly specific. Right here, right now. Not to sound paranoid, but it feels coordinated.
Something did seem to spook them. Rats, though common, aren't going to go crazy like they did here in mass quantity.
Are you thinking that these rats were encouraged by some other rats?
Perhaps.
Maybe it's a fabled Rat King. And Spider is
the
obviously
leader
being
of the tunnel
sarcastic.
rats. Do they call themselves the Rat King?
The leader of the sewer of the tunnel rats?
Just because it would be the worst thing to call themselves.
Right. Let me check my notes to see if I had done that, and if not, perhaps it is warranted.
Perhaps mayhaps. Guess we'll see.
Let's see.
I
The
think
tunnel
either way,
rats.
Reggie's gonna smile and like chuckle at that.
Leader. I don't have that in there, but sure. Names self. Now we can say names himself the Rat King.
Oh, if the leader was like conjoined.
I know. A lot of people don't. He may not. He may not know what a Rat King is, but other than that...
I feel like somebody who is calling themselves that probably doesn't.
I think that is accurate.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I feel like if you knew what it was, you would not.
All of the people in the organization just like they're just like they say at one point with like the new guy is like, hold on, and everyone's like, don't do it.
Just let him have this. It will be better for all of us.
Desmin has also finished his notes, and he has put all of the paperwork into his accordion folder, and so that it gets back to the Tiger's Eye safely, and puts his folder away.
So, you finished taking your notes. You put the file away. The cart, now empty of stuff, can accept the very heavy bag of gold. Or I guess somebody can carry it if they prefer. But I told you last time that it was the equivalent value of 250 platinum, which is 2,500 gold pieces, which is why he was struggling so much with it. Since it's 1 pound per 50 coins.
That's a lot of money.
So 50 gold ingots.
Yeah. A gold ingot is the same weight and value as 50 coins, so yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Desmond will put it on the cart.
like 50 pounds worth of coins. I can't believe he lifted it at all. No wonder he was sweating bullets. Alright, so you put it on the rickshaw, and you begin heading back. I'll just gather up everybody. I take it you are... I know the question was asked, and forgive me if the answer wasn't clear to me, but it sounds like you're heading back and not going to investigate further.
I think that was Reggie's question.
I would like to investigate further.
I think we can take at least a little bit of time to do that. I'm not entirely sure where to start. The rocks aren't really talking to me.
All the smell.
We also have quite a bit of coin here. We don't want to have the possibility of losing it.
I could place it in my bag of holding.
You have a bag of holding.
I do have a bag of holding.
Yes, that works.
That would indeed work.
I'd like you to show me a source of magic goods at some time.
I create them.
You create them.
Yes.
You don't make my axe shiny.
Maybe.
That's good enough for now.
It's good enough for now.
I can live with a maybe.
I can go. Yeah, maybe's good.
All right. So, this object that you haven't infused to be a bag of holding, what is your chosen object?
Uh,
I hope it's just his jaw. Just opens up, swallows everything.
Ah.
I kind of
Jaw
imagine
hinged
that
like
he
a
has
snake.
like this trench coat that he wears.
Oh, okay. So you're doing a kind
I
of a
think it's
thing, thing.
Anyway, it's let's say it's one of the pockets of the trench coat.
All right. Is this a beige trench coat?
It's black.
Oh. All right.
Is he
So
naked under this trench coat?
No, he's got a wolf.
I
shirt.
mean, it's armor,
what is your strength?
strength is 8.
8.
it's not
So,
one.
you're going to reach out to take this bag, and it's immediately going to, like, sag you down to your knees. You're like, you go, clang, as you take this thing from him. And, this is one of those things where you don't usually put yourself in positions of trying to do something you're not strong enough to do. So it kind of comes as a surprise. You probably have developed, a penchant for thinking of your body as being perfect and powerful. So it's a little off-putting that suddenly this thing is dragging you down, but you manage to heft it up, get it like tucked into the crook of one arm, reach the other hand down and pull the pocket open on your coat, and let the the weight of the bag fall into the curvature of the cloth, and with a couple good shakes of it, it kind of pops its way down into the pocket that is very much too small for it and disappears. And immediately you are alleviated of the weight of it.
Well done.
Well, that makes things more simple.
See, problem solved. Now let's go find out where these things came from.
So, which direction are you going to go? Because you said follow the smell, but I will remind you that the smell came from kinda everywhere around you, since it was pushed up through all of the vents and drains that are numerous, even just around that room, not counting the rest of the floor, the rest of the tunnel. It has many, many drains for storm water to fall into so that the tunnels don't flood.
Gotcha. Then my suggestion would be to try and get to this area on the lower section of the tunnels.
Okay, I see. Well, I did put in one stairway in this section that'll do it, so I guess we'll use that. There would be a few ways to get around, including ramps, but let's just say that the closest way down there is the ladder over here. Call it a service ladder. You wouldn't want to take the rickshaw down it, but you probably imagine you're coming back, so you just park that near it at the top and then head down.
Oh no, our cart's gonna be stolen again in this campaign too.
That's
We
how
don't
we start
need a
things
card.
off. The rickshaw gets stolen. It's the necromancer again. So, if that is okay with you, Derek, to use that ladder, then I will begin have the party begin making their way over there.
Works for me.
Okay, so you basically begin to retrace your steps, which brought you here earlier. Again, passing by this juncture where down it was supposed to be the statue of the founder of the underground, which appears to be not there, and there's a bunch of, guards looking extremely wary. Now, I will say that the scene is slightly different, as there's a group of guards looking probably 10 times as wary, surrounded by probably 30 rat carcasses, as big as the ones you fought, some bigger, some smaller.
Well, that kind of puts.
That would help us with the guard problem.
That puts a damper on my coordination theory.
Well, no. As Spider sees that, he's just going to go like, this is interesting.
I will say that as you're making your way down this tunnel, you can see the evidence of a great number of these rats passing, from dirty streaks left by wet fur to droppings. There was very clearly a mass exodus of these creatures, more than just the ones you saw. Especially the small kind. So, you continue past this, as you probably don't want to mess with these guards that are now injured and leery from having been attacked by a swarm of nasty rats.
Yeah, as we're passing by and we're seeing all like the shit and everything, this part is like, well, I am taking this a little bit more seriously now.
Actually, oh God. Logically, unfortunately, these very unhappy, injured guards surrounded by a lake of dead rats are going to see you passing by with your empty rickshaw. And one of them, two of them on this side are going to call out, one starting it and the other taking up the call, saying, "Hey, you there! We saw you earlier, stop!" What do you do?
Al would stop.
Just as a question for the group in the whole, in the past, do we usually stop or do we book it? It's like we've worked together for at least a little while. Well, everyone
Yeah.
but Jacob.
I think we would stop.
Yeah, we have no reason to be wary of these people as of now. It's better to just play along.
Yeah, Spider will stop and just go, what?
So just to double check, everyone is agreeing to the stop.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
These guards are going to rearrange themselves.
Oh god.
As they move up warily, weapons drawn. They very clearly are suspicious of you. There is, they are not hiding the fact that they are coming over here to cause a problem for you.
Out of our group, who are the ones that got bit by rats?
Got it.
I got bit by a rat. Currently have a cloth band wrapped around my thigh where I got bitten.
Okay.
She has a lot of those straps with her. She usually used it to tie up her hair, but she keeps extras in case she dropped them. So she just used one of those to tie around the wound.
So as they're coming up, Reggie's gonna be like, I thought the rats that we dealt with back a bit down in the tunnels were bad, but this is a lot. Morgan got bit pretty bad. Are you all okay?
The guards do not look placated by this. They are, grimacing some look outright hostile. And the nearest one, like, they do spread themselves like this, so they're further back ones covering the ones forward, and just making sure that they're not all clumped up for a big problem. But one is going to move up to the group, and just kind of glare around and is seemingly very, like, pointedly eyeing your empty rickshaw. And she's going to say...
It's not entirely empty, there's a rat in it.
There's a dead rat. There's a dead rat in it. The one that you smashed into the wall. So she's very pointedly eyeing your rickshaw that has a dead rat in it, bleeding on the wood. And she's going to say, "We saw you go by not half an hour ago, and that cart was full."
Mm-hmm. And
so it would be really a poor job of mine if I didn't at least think perhaps whatever was on that cart caused this.
Why not would it do that?
I'm hoping you can tell me, and I don't have to beat the information out of you.
Like to see you try.
We fought rats as well. Why would we put ourselves in danger?
I know that a lot of you weirdos down here do some stupid shit and get yourselves and everybody else in trouble. Now you got us in trouble. With rats. And yeah, looks like you had to fight them too. And all I can think is, if you caused it, good. So what was in the boxes? Why did you do this?
How do we know you didn't cause this, stomping down here with your stupid tin cans?
That's hilarious. First of all, I'd be out of here if it were up to me. Second, we've been sitting around guarding your stupid statue, or what's left of it, for over 2 days.
I've done a swell job at that, I see.
Whatever's left of it's still there.
Would have been better if all of it was there.
Well, no shit to that. I wouldn't be down here if it was still there. Maybe you should keep better track of your shit.
Or maybe you should stop accusing citizens. Isn't your job to protect citizens of this city?
It is, which is why I'm trying to figure out why I'm down here dealing with you.
Hell of a lot of protection you did a second ago.
I want to get, like, a feeling of how she's, like, presenting herself. Is she, like, trying to, like, make herself big and tough?
Oh yeah, she is absolutely fronting on Morrigan.
You're so scared you're taking it on one of us that has nothing to do with this.
I have no evidence that you have nothing to do with it, and mounting evidence that you did.
Okay. Then allow us to grab our business partners, provide us an alibi, and we'll be out of your hair. Simple.
She's going to look to the others, seemingly surprised at this proposition. Let's start with, what did you transport and where did it go?
Truth be told, I have no idea, and it went to our business partners.
Useful. Are all of you as
That's
smart
all
as
I
this
know.
one?
Sorry, I didn't catch what you had said, like, out of character, because Mika was being loud.
Al had given the vagaries of the job, and the guard had immediately turned to the rest, and said something very insulting of her intelligence, hoping that somebody else would be able to provide more information about what was being transported. It's very clear to all of you that she thinks that you transported some kind of explosive and then set it off. Like, she is very, like, she's not saying that directly, but there is no way to think that she thinks anything else happened.
My apologies for my companions and their crass behavior. What we have been transporting was food.
Now I'm
That's why the rest came for us as well. They
I
didn't
like
leave
it.
much of it.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm sorry.
Didn't see much point in fighting them. That's why we left our cargo behind. I don't know why they're trying to beat around the bush, but that's the long and short of it.
I like this lie. Okay, I want you to roll me deception with advantage.
Okay, 1 second. Alright, I have the dice roll 1 second while I find the bonus.
Mm-hmm. When the next ad break pops, I'm going to try and run down and look for my food, so let me know when that happens. If I don't spot it myself.
23.
A 23. Alright, let's see what she gets on her insight. Okay, she's not going to beat a 23. So, she's going to kind of, you know, squint at that, stare around at the party, and say, and then she's going to turn back to Al and say, alright, send one of your little whatever. Get your business partners and let's verify that's true.
Fine. Who wants to come with?
No, I said send. One of you's going. The rest of you are staying here.
Oh,
My boys.
I see. Fine. Done deal. Would.
Are you sure we couldn't have one of us or perhaps one of your guards go with them? With the new dangers in these tunnels, I don't think anyone traveling alone is a good idea.
She's going to, like, specifically eye the weapons that your team obviously carry, like Morrigan's great axe.
And she's just going to gesture to the, like, large number of rat bodies.
Fine. She's going to make a signal, and one of the pikemen is going to hurry forward. She's going to say, escort. She kind of fingers around, and then just sort of lands on Reggie, who seems probably the most, like, the least threatening of everybody, given his small stature. And what weapon are you carrying, if any?
I don't think he'd be visibly carrying a weapon.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. That one. You're sending him.
Aw, not me.
You have a bow on you, right?
I mean, it would be on her back.
Right. Which is also an obvious, like, that would be a disadvantageous weapon to have in this situation, but she likes someone who has no weapons even better.
Touché.
Well, I mean, we can see if we can find anyone, but given all the commotion, I don't know that we're going to be able to touch base with him. But it looks up at the one who's going to be escorting him. Says, I suppose we have to try.
The man is young and nervous looking, and he just sort of nods and looks to the one ordering him, and back to you and nods again. Alright, so you begin heading back the way you came yet again with this guard.
Reggie's not trying to go particularly quick. I mean, he's got small legs. He can only move so fast.
Yeah. I guess
and he also doesn't want to actually run into the people that we had dealings with, because...
Yeah, so given that, I guess I kind of want to know, what is your plan for this guy? At some point, you will be able to direct this guy out of the direct line of sight of anybody who might be able to help him. So are you just going to lose him? Are you going to mislead him, decide you can't find them, and try to convince him to come back? Or are you going to do something else? You got a lot of options, is my point.
I think Reggie would be trying to mislead him into... Basically, I think Reggie's going to take him in weirder directions, like, so that there's less of a chance that we'll be, like, running into the people that we actually dealt with, and to, like, sort of make this guy a little bit lost in the tunnels. Just to make it see, like, basically, like, putting in that effort to try and, like, find these people, and just, like getting to the point where, like, this guy is clearly at his wit's end. Reggie's talking the entire time. Very cordially. Like, he's asking him about his, family, things like that. And, like, trying to, like, distract him from things as he's basically leading him around this maze.
Yeah, I would
and
say...
then getting to the point where he's like, we can't find him. We're in the middle of all this dangerous place. Like, I don't know what you want, kind of thing.
Yeah, I will say that, like, you're easily able to engage this guy in the small talk and the misdirection to get him thinking about anything else, because he is very clearly wanting to be thinking and talking about anything other than, like, the danger that just happened and the job that he's being made to do. He also is, young and out of his element enough that, this is a relief to him to be treated, nobody's shouting at him, nobody's giving him orders, and you seem extremely friendly. So I would say that you lead him around for, maybe 15 minutes, before, I would say up to 15 minutes, because they said that you were gone about a half hour. Up to 15 minutes before, giving up. He agrees, he doesn't know where the fuck he is. He knows that he will need to get back to his commanding officer, even if he doesn't want to particularly. He offers up a lot of information that he probably shouldn't about his day-to-day life, his family, his schooling or lack thereof, money troubles, other kinds of things, not understanding, like, the fact that, I'm just going to rattle off some stuff that it's going to probably be pertinent, so don't zone out here. But he is also, responding to your inquests and inquiries, and this just becomes a conversation. He talks a lot about how he doesn't really understand exactly what's going on in the chain of command above him, but there seems to be a lot of disagreement, a lot of hostility between the people above him and the people above them. It hasn't been like this until more recently, but it just seems like all of a sudden people aren't liking the demands that the governance of the city/country is putting on the guard, and this, forcing them down here guarding this thing that has nothing to do with the citizens of Volinar, is just the latest slight from the office of the governor.
I think, and with this, like, Reggie's being, like, that agreeable, like, Reggie's giving nothing in this conversation, and, like, just being that, like, the voice that this guy wants to hear back.
Yeah, it works. He's definitely looking for that. He's got nobody he can really vent to, because everybody's got to be straight-laced and sir, yes, sirring all the time. So, like, this is great for him. He feels so light now. But yeah, this is what you get is that, like, there is a lot more coordination going on that is keeping the underground running in spite of some things that haven't been really necessary before now. Like, there's always been a relationship between the leadership of Bromdor and the underground, which this understanding of mutual need, but there's something slightly more recently where, like, there wouldn't be so many guards involved. It was like, these are the guards that deal with the underground, and these are the guards that guard everybody else who are citizens of Bromdor. It also becomes clear in this conversation that there is a not insignificant number of the City Watch who do believe that people who live down here and operate with the gangs are not citizens of Bromdor. And therefore do not deserve any of the protections afforded by their being around. So, I'm sure I was already ham-fisted with that information, but just in case anybody missed that, it's pretty bad. So, that's what you get, and you eventually do lead him back. But in the meantime, you guys are standing around with the other guards here who look wary and impatient, and just generally, like, at wit's end. But Vulcan, you're going to note that all three of the guards are they do keep looking at you, warily. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And eventually, one of them's the leader. She's going to sigh and look at Morgan, who's got the biggest, scariest weapon, so must be in charge. Say, all right, what's his deal? Metal Face.
He cocks his head. I have a name.
All right. What's your name?
Call me Vulcan.
Vulcan?
Yes.
Sorry, is this some Elsamonth Day prank? Like, that's really your name?
Yes.
And what's with the getup?
Get up.
Yeah, your outfit. The mask?
Tristan, I just wanted to tell you that ads are rolling right now.
I'm on ads. I have a minute. All right. Hold that thought.
Give or take.
Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I promise.
Anywho,
Indeed. So, the guard she is giving Vulcan the third degree about his appearance and name. So she says, what's with the getup? The metal mask and all.
Kind of cock his head. That is a rude thing to say.
What?
Morgan could intervene, but she finds this kind of amusing. I want to just see what happens.
Well, she's going to turn back to Morgan at that, because in her eyes it's not at all a rude thing to say. She thinks it's a person in a costume. You're going to say, what's with your friend? Is he as stupid as the rest?
It's a cultural thing.
I'm sorry, is his culture as stupid as the rest?
Don't ask me, never been there.
Hey. Alright, freak, where you from?
Farah.
I've never seen anybody dressed like that in Aspara. Although I will say, we haven't had any imports from Aspara in a long time. Maybe they do dress stupid like that now. So, why do they dress stupid in Aspara?
I am unique.
Oh, this just gets more interesting. Alright, Talker. What makes you so unique?
I am the only one of my kind.
Yeah? You got a name for your kind?
Twilight's just kind of, well, I guess she can't really lean at this distance, but it's just kind of going to whisper, I think he got dropped on his head.
I'm starting to get the sense of that.
I don't particularly like him either, but we get a little bit. We get a little bit to look after him. Try to take care of him as best we can. Most people don't put up with him.
Rich uncle or something?
Something. We don't ask because, look, money's good.
Yeah, I wish the money were good for me. Fine.
Alright, it doesn't pay to be an asshole in a tin can.
Will you please stop antagonizing the people with weapons that are just trying to do their jobs?
Probably pays better
Seriously.
than being an asshole in a hole, which just makes you an asshole squared.
Oh dear.
You
What?
just laugh at that.
If I'm remembering my math lessons well enough, anything times 0 is still 0, so I guess you got that going for you.
Now I'm contemplating whether Morgan is smart enough to correct that. At least very much
What
wants to correct that.
What did she say about the hole?
Being an asshole in a hole, so you're an asshole squared?
Referring to
The underground being a hole.
yeah, well, like so Spider just has this kind of like look on his face where he's just kind of thinking. He goes, "But you're in the hole too." We're all in the same hole at the same time. What I?
Oh man, is it random cavity check o'clock already? My watch must be broken. Up against the wall, spread 'em.
And if we say no?
Morgan is eyeing the amount of people. Doesn't look like by this point she has learned exactly where everyone is standing and what weapon they're holding.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of them look like they can dispel magic.
It's a little hard to know offhand just because the guard are known to carry, let's just say that they evolved the old guard spell scroll from Tuca, and it's now a much more concealable unit that doesn't require them to read it off anymore.
Okay.
Fuck
So
you, Laramendas.
in other words, they don't need to actually have a spellcaster with them.
So, yeah, like, I think they probably call it, like, the pocket mage, and it's just something that all the guards tend to have.
Not pocket sand anymore, guys. It's pocket mage.
Yeah, I would know that. I've been there long enough.
So, you know that they probably have the ability to, if not dispel magic, cast some other nasty things, usually including power word stun. And the guard's going to, like, swing her entire canted torso in Al's direction and say, "Oh, please refuse."
A bit low there, wouldn't you? Abusing power in an already struggling city.
Maybe you wouldn't be struggling so hard if you got sunlight down here. Or, I don't know, paid your taxes. Had a real job. The list goes on.
Get a lot of sunlight under that bucket you're wearing.
So, has anybody gotten up against the wall like she ordered?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
If anything, I got closer.
I mean, Desmond's already technically up at the wall, but he's not turning his back and spreading.
You know...
Yeah, that's kind of where Al's at.
I didn't expect an altercation with the cops this early in the campaign, but I probably should have, because they're cops.
Here we are.
I was trying to avoid one, but we have some strong personalities.
You don't say. Okay. In that
Gonna
case...
say it, guys?
Ari, what?
Nothing. Nothing. I was being a dork.
Yeah, I would have been here by now. Is the one closest to us that's been an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just give Twilight a look and give her a cheapest smile and shrug, and then I'm just gonna punch the shoulder in the face.
You're gonna punch her?
We're already instigating.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So.
I mean, I was just about to ask for an initiative roll anyway, so yeah, go ahead. Roll your punch. What kind of punch is it? Was it supposed to be a lighthearted punch, or are you decking her in the shoulder?
Oh, I'm decking her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah.
All right.
Roll for initiative. I lightly punch her.
Roll for punch, then we'll roll initiative.
Everyone?
Well, the rest of you can start rolling initiative.
I mean, Reggie's currently not here, so I guess he doesn't have to yet.
We'll just say that.
Why do I get the sense that everything I'm about to do is going to take 6 seconds?
For fun's sake, we'll say that Reggie and the guard that he was with are just about back at this point.
Out loud. Right.
So, all of you roll initiative. Don't shout it out just yet. Elisa, tell me about this punch Morrigan is throwing.
Well, yeah, I'm just double checking something first.
Oh my god.
So how this peaks, I'm just making sure that I got it right.
Oh my god, I'm cursed.
Roll 2 again.
It's the Raiken curse! Yes, I rolled a 2, and now that my stats are correct, I'm at a 1 then.
I believe
Not
you mean
natural
a Alex curse.
Nope, I'm calling it the Raiken curse.
Raiken's just upset that you're
That's
not playing him
helpful.
anymore.
Raiken curse. Raiken curse.
He doesn't want to leave me.
He's just standing just off screen going, I'm here for you. Brother, look, I made him last in initiative again.
Bestie, I love how you got a dirty 20 and I got a dirty 1.
I know, right? It's pretty great. The duality.
Sam and I have the same initiative, so. And the same bonus.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I was just checking the Tavern Brawler. It does say that I'm get a proficient with unarmed strike though, but it says that unarmed strike is a D4.
Everyone's
You are
proficient with
proficient.
an arm strike.
Okay. But yeah, okay.
Boxing lessons are part of the fundamental curriculum for adventurers.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Seriously. Do we have inspirations yet?
Yeah, everybody starts every session with inspiration.
Oh yeah, you're continuing that.
Yep.
Yeah, then I'm using that because I'm not rolling a 2. Yeah, that's much better.
Maybe I should.
Raiken and Leah roll together.
Now I'm debating on using mine.
Okay. And I'm sure that's fine. 23. Go ahead.
23 to hit. That will, in fact, hit, in spite of her tin can, as you called it.
Yeah.
Is there a dent?
Yeah, she takes. Where's the D4?
How much was the damage?
I'm trying to find my dice first.
Oh. I even rolled the main guard separately, and she still rolled the same as all the other guards.
That.
So that's 5 bludgeoning damage, and I will attempt to grapple. Because I can do that as a Tavern Brawler. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon on your turn, you can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple the target.
Okay. Then I believe that is either an actually, I think you're forced to have the athletics check. Yes. So athletics.
Yeah. Check. It doesn't matter for it because I had the same modifier on both strength and dexterity.
All right. Oh gosh.
Oh. Yeah, I rolled shite, so I'm probably not going to be able to grapple.
She rolled over a 20.
Oh yeah, then absolutely not. I absolutely didn't grapple.
So you...
I got a 3 on die, so that's 5.
You guys... You two have been trading barbs this whole time. She doesn't like you, but she was hoping somebody would start the fight. Somehow, though, she really did seem to believe you weren't actually going to be dumb enough to start the fight. So she was unprepared when suddenly you reeled back and threw a haymaker right in her face. This is going to catch her right at the side of her armor, which is going to pop the strap on it, sending the helmet bouncing, clanging across the floor. You try to follow up by grabbing her with your other hand around the neck and putting her in a half Nelson, but she does manage to, regain herself enough to avoid that. And so now the initiative rolls will come into play. So, indeed. I'm going to. I need to just start with.
Okay, this die goes to jail.
Reggie, what'd you get?
Reggie got a 16, but after Spider.
Okay. So I will write both of those down. Alright. Desmin, you got a 1.
31.
31. Twilight.
11.
11. Al.
Hi.
Got like a 22 or something?
A non-natural 20.
No, natural 20. Right, dirty 20, dirty 20. Just up here. Al. Sorry. Got Reggie, got Spider, got Twilight, got Desmin, and Al. That's 5. I need 2 more. Morrigan.
Well, I got a nat 1, so.
Nat 1. Wow.
So that's a 3, though, if you have to put it up against someone else with a nat 1.
Alright, things are going great for Morgan.
Oh, yeah, this dice is
Oh,
definitely in
right.
jail.
Vulcan. That's the name I'm missing.
Yes, you got a 12.
Vulcan got a 12. Alrighty. 12 for Vulcan. This is going to be interesting. 3 of you go ahead of the guards. Then it's the entire block of guards, and then the other 4 of you go.
It's like, I initiate the combat and still fuck up the initiative.
You weren't expecting her not to be in a half Nelson right now. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna leave that one called Human Captain. I'll rename this one to Sword Guard 1. Reveal? What? Rename. Going to be. Should just call it Guard. Guard 2. Don't try to get fancy. Now is not the time to get fancy. Guard 1.
Halberdier.
Yeah. Actually, you get to be guard 3. So that the other one can stay guard 1 and I don't have to worry about numbering, like shifting my numbers. Guard 4. Tools. Guard 5. Six. Guard 7. Tools. Guard 8. These are the 8 guards there. They are, you know, a little worse for wear just because they've been down here a while. They just fought those, they just fought those rats. Let me actually... I'm gonna start some of them off with some damage. A couple of these guys are real damn hurt, and some of them are not really hurt at all. We're gonna do it that way. I think A, that will make it a little bit more interesting. And B, feel a little bit more fair. Add 1 to guard captain, just so that we know that is 1. And then finally, we are going to start turn-based mode, which... Oh, nice. Everybody's already in it. We're just gonna come in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. You know, isn't it great? Whoops. It would also help if I put things in the correct order. Spider, then Reggie. And all the guards. Then Vulcan. Then Twilight. Then Desmin. And somehow rolling lower than Desmin, Oregon. And
It's a miracle.
Yeah, blame the pizza die. It sucked.
the pizza die sucked.
Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't learn my lesson from last time, and I think I rolled the same die that gave me a roll on initiative session.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, everybody is now here. Right, I was busy trying to... Sure, that'll do. Back to... barrier time. Alright. We're back in combat! Al, you go first.
Hi. Whoa. Okay.
Shoot some muscles. Fuck the police.
Okay. How far is the farthest one from me at this moment?
The farthest one from you?
Yeah. Any of the ones that, like, look hostile, I guess, is better way to word that.
Yeah, the farthest one from you is about 100 feet away down the big, large tunnel near the plinth upon which the statue of the founder used to stand. So
Okay.
you should be able to hit them by arcing your arrow over there past their barriers.
Okay. Well... Does that one look like they're going to try to join the fight at earliest opportunity?
Yes, yeah. These guys are guards. They were tired, but they weren't unready. Morrigan managed to catch the lead guard off balance because she was getting into the whole, really tearing into each other verbally. But the rest are not in... This isn't a surprise round. They are ready to act because they are trained guards. They're I will say that a bunch of them are injured. Some are very injured. Many are less injured. But I will also remind you that if you want your sneak attack, you need to be targeting somebody who you have an ally next to. Because you are not an assassin.
This is true. I am not.
So, if you want to target the farthest one away and forego your sneak attack, power to you. But if you were hoping to have a sneak attack, I need to remind you, you need to target somebody who has an ally, one of your allies next to them.
You know what? Mostly because I don't like the idea of, like, them getting ready to start to fight. I'm gonna try and go for the furthest one at this point. I don't want to kill, I want to try and disarm. Is that possible at this range? if for whatever reason, like theoretically.
So what you're trying to say to me is that you want to use your bow and try to shoot their weapon out of their hand in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. There isn't really a mechanic in the base game for that, but let's say I'll increase their AC by 5 for you to try and hit their hand, and then they'll have to, if you hit them, they'll take the damage, and then they'll take half the damage, and then I will have them roll to see if they hold on to their weapon. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, whomst are you targeting? They are all holding weapons.
Let's go for the one that's like probably the furthest back. Though
Okay, so the one that was the 100 feet away? Okay. And you are using a longbow?
Correct.
Okay, and that's like a 183 or 123 60, something like that?
150, 60.
Yeah, 600, yeah, okay, that's what it was. Big. Just wanted to make sure that I knew that 100 is kind of getting close, but yes, okay, roll it. At normal, they have +5 AC.
Sounds good.
And that person is guard 7.
A 19 to hit.
A 19 to hit is going to be too low to hit their increased AC. So, I want you to roll me a d20. If it's 11 or higher, it will, since that is what you wanted, it will miss them entirely flying wide, but if it's 1 to 10, it's going to hit them, because you are still aiming for their body.
Okay.
So we're making up all these mechanics anyway, might as well keep it interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this falls under the rule of cool anyway.
That would be a 9.
A 9. So you are going to hit them with your arrow. You aim for their hand. You unfortunately miss, and it lodges in their forearm near their weapon. Please roll me damage.
Yes, sir.
Hits him in the forearm. He still drops his weapon.
Love that guard 7 is the one who was the most hurt. I arbitrarily assigned pre-battle damages to all of them. That was the one who had the most pre-battle damage.
Oopsie. Oopsie, that's a 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't kill them.
Oh, thank God.
They have 2 HP.
Is it just the dice for a longbow?
No, it's plus dex.
Did you include that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, longbow is a D8.
I just wanted to check.
Yeah, it's a D8.
It's a D8 plus my dex.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I didn't question. I'm like, that's still more than a die. Definitely.
If only you had sneak attack, you would have killed them.
I was gonna say, if I maxed, that guy would be dead.
Came close. You rolled like a 6 on die.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
5.
Yes, I did.
Uh-oh.
My bad. Ari had a moment.
I'd say, maybe they are dead.
Maybe they are dead.
No.
Your dex is +2 or +3?
Oh, my dex is +4.
Your dex is +4.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 6 on die?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's 10. We're good.
Yeah.
Checks
Sorry,
out.
at the moment.
They have 2 HP left.
Yeah. Okay.
All of you just
Cool.
hear, why? From all the way down the hall.
That's an insanely good dex, though.
Stacked it. All right. Are you gonna move anywhere? You have like guards that are close enough to give you a problem if you don't move, so it might be a good idea.
I don't wanna be like somewhere where I can possibly get injured.
So you know that Reggie and his guard are coming back towards you from whatever fucking direction that is. I can't tell because Spider's blocking my compass.
You can move it.
I can't grab it. It won't let me.
Can I go that direction then?
Okay, it is the north. I found out I can bop out one of my side panels and see it. What?
Can I go that direction?
Toward Reggie?
Toward Reggie and the guard?
Yes, you may. You have, I believe, 30 feet of movement. How far would you like to go? And I will remind you that out here in the hallways is where it is magicked to be magically illuminated as long as there are people around, so it's going to be too bright to use your jumping currently.
Yeah, I figured that, sadly.
Unless you dispel the magic that keeps it going.
I don't have Dispel Magic, so I'm shit out of luck with that one.
Or cast darkness.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to botch anybody's chances.
Alright, so you want to move toward Reggie. How far do you want to move?
I would like to use all 30 feet, please.
5,
and
10,
thank
15,
you.
20, 25, 30. Boom.
Thanks.
Reggie, there are the sounds of people getting into a fight coming from ahead of you, and Al starts running straight at you.
Like Reggie signs,
Hi.
what the fuck? I don't know if...
Yeah, she could notice. She chose to run toward you, so she could see the signs.
But I don't know if Al knows sign language.
She does, and
Okay.
she would, Can I respond?
Sure.
Theoretically?
Yeah, I'm gonna just call it talking. You already shot your bow, so you have at least one free hand right now.
So, Al would quickly, sign, they started it.
That is a lie.
I know. So Reggie, I think I suppose I will roll.
Insight.
My insight is a that's 21.
Yeah.
I assume I rolled deception to...
It depends. I say it depends what you consider started it, like what you consider it to be in this context. Like the
It's
fight.
pretty clear that it was the punch in the
That is
face.
so rich coming from the bitch who started it.
Like, it started the fight, but she started shit talking.
Like who's among us can say that anyone started anything? What really started?
We didn't start this fight. It's always been burning since the world's been turning.
That's a
So-
21 insight.
Right.
Against
What's your deception there, Al?
So, it's a 25.
Okay,
The guards started it. They're assholes.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
it's true.
complete
I mean,
sense.
I'm gonna be fully honest.
Your
no matter
worldview is
what
unchallenged.
happened, Reggie was perfectly willing to accept the fact, even if he knew it was a bold-faced lie.
You know what? Fair. Valid.
So-
Completely understandable. However, comma,
Yeah, Reggie thinks that they started it.
Your worldview
does
goes
the guard
unchallenged another
believe
day.
that it was... Does the guard believe that it was them that...
Are you asking
Reggie
me if the
didn't-
guard speaks sign language and saw your signs?
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah.
I completely forgot it was sign language.
Yeah, Reggie is also behind the guard, so he wouldn't have seen the question. So he would have seen you run up and sign, which I suppose just they started it is
A reasonable thing
an
for one of these people
understandable
to say. This guard speaks sign language.
good
Do
for him.
that? Love it.
Yeah, I have a
He-
feeling he will not be as easily.
He face palms.
Okay. Never mind. He believes it.
And you hear him, you, Reggie, standing next to him, hear him mutter, "Not again."
Oh! Interesting.
Spider, it is your turn.
Yeah.
The cops were shaking
Right,
you down,
is-
now they're shaking you up.
And now I'm wondering, is a spider? Yeah, Spider's drawing his rapier. He's going to approach 10 the guard, and he is going to stab.
Stab, stab.
Stabby stab.
All right, roll the stab.
Yeah.
If you hit, you get sneak attack. Woo.
I don't think I hit. That's a 3 on dice.
Ooh, most unfortunate. Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, so that's a 10 in total to hit, which I don't think.
That's definitely not going to hit. They're all wearing armor.
I'll try
Tin
again.
cans, as Morgan so elegantly put it.
That didn't do much better. That's a 13. I'm gonna assume a 13 doesn't hit.
Oh, no, unfortunately, a 13 is still too low, so you're going to thrust your rapier forward, and it's going to just deflect off of one of the scales of his armor and glide, well, actually, it's her, glide under her arm without injuring her. Anything else? Still have bonus action, movement, more movement, rather.
I just wanted to double check the bonus action for unarmed strike.
Yep.
And I just wanted to make sure it doesn't require a successful attack to use.
Nope, just the
And it
attack
doesn't.
action.
Yeah.
Alright, you may unarmed strike if you so desire.
I do desire it.
Alright, so you attempt to make up for this parried thrust with a jab, or set of jabs.
That's a 17 to hit.
17. Her armor's really good. She's got the highest armor of all of them. She's got fancy armor, and even if I reduce it by a point for having lost her helmet, it's still not going to hit.
But that's it. That's me.
Yeah, she just sort of like brings up the shield, like after you slide that sword past and her armor deflects it under her arm. She's going to actually bring her shield across, trying to knock the sword out of your hand, but stopping your flurry of blows. All right, Reggie, you're up.
I'm sensing kind of like a fighting pattern here, with like Spider and Morgan attacking the same targets.
Maybe they get along really well. Reggie, you are with your guard friend who you've been listening to divulge all of the state secrets for the last, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And you heard that he is dismayed that this is occurring. What do you want to do?
So I want to run something by Voice in the Sky.
Okay. Right by me.
As a, if Reggie would think that this is a feasible plan in this situation. Reggie wants to ask Nigel there to go and hide, to give Reggie the opportunity to come in here and try and say that more rats showed up and got at Nigel. He's currently trying to like fight him off. He sent me back for help. Reggie doesn't look like a fighter, so like that seems the most reasonable kind of thing to try and pull guards away.
I think that, given what you know about him, this seems like something he might agree to. You still will have to convince him, because he has his loyalty to the other cops. But this is certainly, it'll give him, you know that he's going to be running through the facts here. That you guys have almost equal numbers. Without him, you are at equal numbers. That if they don't, get their pocket mages going, that, this will give him the best opportunity to actually help the ones who survive your encounter and not get killed himself. So those are all things in your favor.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then. Okay. So Reggie's gonna grab Nigel's and be like, Nigel, look, I think that you should go and hide in one of the rooms over there. I'll go up and tell the guards that you're fighting rats and sent me to get their help. This'll split up. This'll stop the fighting because they're gonna go and help you. Because why wouldn't they help their buddy? And it's whole water under the bridge with the fact that the fight was started by and he doesn't say, he just leaves it at that.
Just leaves it hanging. All right. Roll me your
deception.
Stupid fucking persuasion with goddamn advantage.
I guess. Ooh. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Because that was a 2 on die.
Did you roll with advantage?
With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be the same thing, because that's a 6 on die. I'm using my inspiration.
I just need to get above a 10, Mom.
This die. That is another fucking 2 on die. This is a 21.
Oh, God.
I rolled a 2, a 6, and a 2. I got a 21.
You got a 21. Well, he rolled an 8 on die. So a 21's going to convince him that, like, this is the plan to go with. And you're going to see him hesitate. And he looks into your eyes like you can see that he's struggling with his loyalty to the cops, but also his loyalty to staying alive, his loyalty to himself. But eventually he's going to, you're going to really see the creases between his brow and sweat, but finally he's going to squeeze his eyes shut and just nod.
Reggie smiles and says, "Let's get it done."
He seems resigned to this.
I think that's my turn.
Okay. You don't want to move at all?
I think that like Reggie's basically like trying to hold Nigel back, like make sure that Nigel's not trying to run. So like he's trying to. He probably moved in front of him, but is like, you need to go far enough so that when I go over and tell them to go and help you, they don't just immediately see you and know that this was a bluff to try and break up the fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The guard captain has 2 people in front of her. She is going to attempt a disarming strike on Morrigan.
Get luck.
It's not great. 15 on AC.
Okay, hold on. My AC is 15.
It is 15. Okay. Then I believe you need to make a strength saving throw. And the DC is 15.
Okay. I cannot be disarmed though.
You what?
I have the as is part of the Eldritch Knight thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm linked to a weapon. It makes it impossible to disarm me.
Oh, it's impossible? I just thought it
Yep.
popped back to your hand.
Yeah, it says as long as I'm not incapacitated, I cannot be disarmed.
All right.
With the weapon I'm linked to, which is my longbow and my axe. My longbow I don't have with me.
That's
My
fine.
axe I have. So do I still roll just for the fun of it?
No, you don't have to roll for the fun of it. So she hits you. She manages to catch your wrist of your weapon wielding hand. It's two-handed, but she hits you in the arms effectively. For 8 points of slashing damage. And what's going to happen is, like, as she clubs you right in the wrists, your hands are going to go one over the other, and the weapon is going to, like, fly out of your hands, and then it's literally going to just vanish into smoke and reappear in your hands as you turn away from getting hit. Seeing that, you're gonna kind of see the eyes bug out of her head as the weapon does that. Just moves back into your hand. And she's going to yell to the others, "Magic users!" And she's going to attempt the same thing at Spider. Disarm him. Now, that is significantly better to hit, getting a 25.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So I need you to make that strength saving throw to try and hold on to your rape. What?
Strength saving throw. Yeah. I have a -1.
Well, you might roll a 16 and make it.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay. So she's going to swing her sword at you next, after having failed to disarm Morrigan. She's going to catch your rapier-wielding hand and kind of lace her arm and blade around it, and then to get leverage, and then basically pull back to herself, snapping the blade out of your hand, sending it crashing to the ground and skittering about 5 feet away. Yes. And then I think she's going to use her movement action to pick it up with her shield hand. So she won't have the use of the shield, but she has your weapon.
All the people to disarm, those are the last two I'd want to pick.
I mean, she doesn't know anything about how you guys fight.
Indeed.
I mean, am I right? She gets your weapon out of your hand. You're not also a secret Eldritch Knight who gets your weapon back.
I don't think I do.
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to use her movement to pick up the weapon, so she has control of your rapier now. And, oh, right, damage. That is 12 points of slashing damage.
Lovely.
Yeah, those, she maximized the maneuver die, the superiority die. Wait, she minimize the other one. Alright. Geared to Guard 2 is going to move up and try to assist, using the reach on their halberd. They're going to make an attack at Morgan. 17 on die. So that's going to hit.
Yeah.
Minimize damage. Please take 4 points.
Yeah, I'm not holding up great.
They're going to attempt a trip attack. Crit.
Can you stop it with his good rolls?
No.
You're not against the level 20 party anymore.
Yeah, but that anger for dealing with the 20th level party, that's still there.
Killed all my dragons. Alright, Morgan might be going down. Maybe not. 17 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm way down. I had 9 left.
Okay. I was gonna say roll against getting tripped, but you're prone anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, these guards were not fucking around. That's gonna be it for him. Guard.
It would have helped if I didn't roll shite on initiative.
Yeah. Yeah, might have done. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oof. Spider. This person is going to have reached into a pouch, and you see them pull out this. It's kind of like a small orb. I will say its surface is patterned like a modern soccer ball. And as they're moving over, you see that they're kind of rotating it in their hand, as if looking for something on its surface. By the time they get to you, they are no longer doing that. You see them hold it out, pushing it towards you, and you can hear the distinct click as they depress one of the facets on the surface of this little soccer ball.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
He attacked me twice, right? Those were 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Could I use my reaction in between those 2, like after the first one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh well, then I would want to use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, go for it. What's the that just hits, right? So just what's
Is
the
that
damage?
dex save?
Dex save, okay. He fails.
Okay.
Geared 2.
That's 13 points of fire.
13 points of fire. Wow, that nearly knocks him out, but he is still
Dang it.
there.
Okay, yeah, then I'm still down.
Yeah.
That's my last
It was
try of
very
seeing if I'm-
close. It was very
Yeah.
close. He has less than 10 HP left. Just to impress upon you how hurt the other guy was in the rat fight. Okay, so 7.
Something here. Where is that? Yes, it's a Tasha's Cauldron. Something about monks.
Something about monks.
Yeah. Alright. Hey, is that a monk feature? Is it a robe?
I don't know. Is it a monk feature?
Unless, oh no, wait, maybe it's a oh, it's a scout feature. So it's part of the rogue thing. As a reaction, I can move up to half my speed if an enemy ends their turn within 5 feet of me, and this movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay. So you're going to escape.
Copy.
Yeah.
Okay. So as he seems to find the thing and begin to press it down and reach it toward you, you're gonna dance away.
Yeah.
All right, where are you going? You have control of your token.
Let's see.
It's not his turn, so he probably doesn't have control of his token.
Oh, no, that's true. You don't have control. Where would you like to go? I have control of your token.
I'm going to go behind Twilight.
Behind Twilight. Alright. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity, so you are able to dip, dive, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge around behind Twilight. That is going to waste that guard's attempted attack. You're 4. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There. That should be correct. Why did I think this was 3D? Huh. Oh well, doesn't need to be. So, everybody should be able to see that, right?
Yep.
Okay. I believe that is correct. Let me just quickly pull up this. Yeah. 8. 10-foot radius. Yes, that's correct. Okay. And they can position it so it doesn't hit walls or ceiling, which is perfect. So, everybody inside that block, with the exception of... actually, it won't actually accept Morrigan. Morrigan will just get an automatic failure. Well, it's not Dex, it's Con. I don't think she automatically fails Con, so she gets to make the save. What is the save give you?
Only auto-failed Dex and Strength.
Creature takes, or half as much on a failed save. So, I'm not going to make Morrigan make the save because the damage doesn't matter. And since it's half on a successful save, then it amounts to the same thing. It's still one failed saving throw, death saving throw. So... everybody else, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the guy holds out his own tiny soccer ball, pressing a button, and you see the thing glow with a bluish light under his thumb, and all of a sudden you feel like the gathering of energy between you before it explodes out with a thunderous crack as he casts Shatter.
Bitch.
Yep, I'm using my inspiration. That was a nat 1.
Woo!
Fucking...
Again, both of my pixel dice fail me.
Boo.
I got a 3.
Oof.
Oh, that's so much better. I got an 18.
Got a 16.
Spider.
3.
Twilight.
5.
5. Okay. Sorry, you did already say the 3. I apologize, Spider. Desmin and Vulcan, you save, so you take half damage. The others fail, so they take full damage. And damage is this. Oh, that's rude. Those almost all maximized. That's 20 points. So 10 points to the ones who succeeded.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm still standing.
But
Oh my
barely.
God.
As barely as it gets.
Oh man, we're not doing so hot.
So they managed to cast Shatter in the air slightly above you, so it does not damage any of the walls or floors or ceiling of this place. But
Okay, so
blast the
do
ever
I-
loving. Huh? You
Do I
don't have
lose
to
that
make the
death save?
save. You lose 1 death saving throw. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Guard 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Guard 6. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I don't know why this one is in spaces. Must not have set it.
Yeah, space is the default.
Settings. Other settings? Right.
It's in one of
Other
the
settings?
left side tabs.
Is it? Thought
Yep.
It was under. I thought it was in here.
I think it's like in the board section where like you summon players. I can't
Board
be
height.
sure.
Oh, wait, this might be it. Maybe. Decent unit name. Eat.
You can change unit size.
0.2.
5.
What it?
It's not the way you think it is.
Oh,
It's 5 if
that's-
you want.
Yeah, I thought it was telling me how many tiles would be a foot. I was like, 0.2. Yeah, that works. Okay.
No, but it's how many units make up a space.
Gotcha. Alright. Oh. I need Vulcan to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yep.
Have to be wisdom.
It does has to be wisdom.
I'm not good at wisdom.
As this guy runs forward, holding up his own orb and pressing a button on it, a yellowish glow appearing under his thumb. As the orb itself seems to resonate, and you hear a mechanical voice emanate from it that just says, gravel.
I got a 15.
A 15 is enough to succeed. This command washes over you, and you are able to ignore it. You see him, like, fiddling with the button, trying to do it again as you don't drop to your knees. And guard 7. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nigel.
Love Nigel.
Jumps.
I mean, ACAB includes Nigel, but
he jumps at the thunderous crack out there. He's already nodded, and he says, I'll hide here until after.
make sure this ends with no more bloodshed.
He just sticks himself deep in the room so that none of the guards will accidentally see him in case it drags this way. Vulcan.
Vulcan's not very happy.
He got thunder damaged.
He's gonna look at the guards, and his eyes are gonna change from the normal blue to a red.
Oh.
A vibrant red.
Oh.
His chest, all the plates on his chest are gonna open up, and energy is gonna build. And he's going to send a shockwave, casting his own shatter.
Oh my god.
One good turn deserves another.
So, do you know where that measure tool is?
No.
So, if you hit M, that'll open a little menu, and then you can tap the number 1. That'll give you a dot. You can put the dot on the corner of a square and then drag, and it'll give you a nice box. This is a 4x4 square that you're creating.
Doesn't have one more space for the square that it's targeting?
10-foot radius, 5x5. I suppose you're correct. I did only run it as a 4x4, but if I wanted to be true to myself and my 4E roots, it should be 5x5. So yes, please target a 5x5 square. Or you can go one more over and grab that last guard. There you go. This is, this could turn the fight.
Okay.
They did what they weren't supposed to do, which is group up.
They did.
They knew not to group up at the beginning.
The captain warned them to. The captain shouted magic users. That's the indication to not be near each other.
Well, you shatter and then you scatter. Okay.
The old shatter scatter.
The old shatter scatter. It's like the Serpent Flare. Okay.
And it's
Yeah,
my spell save.
Yeah.
It also says a lot about them because every tiefling has a little bit of magic,
Yeah.
so they clearly don't know that.
They need to get a 15 to succeed.
15. Okay. The guard captain succeeds. Number 2. Wait, let's go in order. Yeah, 2's in there. 2 succeeds. 3. 3 absolutely fails. 5. 5 will also fail. 7. 7 succeeds. So 2 failures, 3 successes. What is the damage? It's level 1, so it's 3d8s. Is that correct? Or is it higher?
Yeah, it's just 3d8 because it's a level 2. It's the highest I can cast. So.
Okay, yeah, 2, right. It is a level 2 spell. Alright. So please roll 3d8s and I will have 3 of them have it, which was 1, 2, and 7. I'll take half damage.
I don't think 7 cares that they're taking half damage.
I don't think so either.
I think they used to care about 6 seconds ago.
find out. Oh, yeah, 7's the one who had 2 HP. So 7's definitely down. Yeah. And it was a spell. So 7 dies.
Oh, hell.
No such thing as a non-lethal spell. And you need special tricks to do
Except for
non-lethal rage
sleep.
attacks.
But I don't add my spell attack to this.
I believe it's just 3d8. Let's see here.
Yep, just the D8.
Okay. Then it is 18 damage.
Okay. So, let's see here. I keep losing the tab where I'm tracking their HP. There we go. So, it was 5 and 7 to, yeah. 5 and 7, no. 3 and 5 take full damage. So 3 takes 18 points of damage and is barely still standing. 5 takes 18 points of damage and is doing a little bit better, but is still standing. 1 takes half of 18, which is 9. Takes us to there. So she's not down. 7 is dead, and 2 took 9, which is that, and is dead. Okay. So 7. That is knockdown. Down to a base color. Blue. Blue is dead. 2 status. Knockdown.
Oh, it's dead because it's cold as ice.
Yes. Blue.
Willing to
is dead.
sacrifice our love.
That is more than half, so the guard captain is bloody. So you get a red base. Guard 3 is more than half down, so you are bloody. And guard 5 is much more than half down, so you get a red base. Guard 4 is not half down. Guard 6 is not half down. Okay. You can remove your square now. So yes, Vulcan charges up as his chest cavity opens, and then thump, boom! A very similar explosion is generated amongst the guards, killing 2 of them as they are pulverized against the ground.
Their bodies shattered.
Divine Shatter. Alright, so. Yeah. Oh, neat. Well, it's easier to see now. Easier to see the things I want to see, anyway. But we can get rid of that. Okay. Anything else, Vulcan? I believe you can still move and have a bonus action.
No, I think I'll just stay here.
Okay. That makes it Twilight's turn. Twilight, you've done been shattered, but everybody in front of you is now much closer to death.
Okay.
Heading off the obvious question, the closest one to death near you is 3.
Good to know, though. You won't be needing it this turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to cast Darkness as I draw my whip and cast it on the whip.
Okay. You are surrounded in a cloud of darkness generating from the whip, which engulfs you and all your friends.
Don't bother drawing it out yet, because I'm moving and Darkness will go with me.
I was just going to draw it out and then turn it into a token so that I could move around more easily. What is it, 5 by 5?
It's a 15-foot radius, so it's 7 squares across.
Fun. Boo, boo, boo.
Darkness is spreading.
35.
Yeah, that's the Infernal Legacy thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I used mine for Eldritch Tribute.
35 by
Eldritch Tribute.
35.
So,
Good enough. And then token.
and do the guards in the darkness appear to be blinded?
Oh wait, is it not a token? Do the guards in the darkness appear to be blinded? As the darkness springs up around you. Thought I'd be able to move it once I did that. Not bad. Sad me. Can't move it. The ones who are in it do. You can see that loss of focus in their eyes. And they start looking around. 1, 2, 3. Although I will say that from where you're standing, none of them is actually in it.
The ones right in front of me would be.
1, 2, 3. Oh yes, no, I accidentally counted from Spider and not from you. So yes, the two right in front of you, both like pull in their swords and shields tighter, very clearly not sure where an attack is going to originate from.
Alright, then I'm going to take the hide action as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm now covered in darkness.
Yep.
Getting a 17.
Alright. That will beat their passives, so they don't seem to be tracking your sound at all.
And then I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. Waiting to attack them once they move out of range and hopefully keep them from hurting anyone else with the darkness impeding them.
Alright. Well, sadly I can't actually move it like I thought I could, so I have to just regenerate it. Are you gonna do it?
I can do it, yeah.
Okay, fine, then I won't bother. Desmin. All of a sudden, a great black, impenetrable cloud sprang out of Twilight, and then it moved like a great gelatinous blob away from you, making it so that for a moment you could see nothing, and then suddenly the hallway was back, and there was just this wall of darkness blocking off the rest of the hallway from you. You can see no guards.
Okay. Even with dark vision.
This is magical darkness, which dark vision does not penetrate.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. I'm just stating it for clarity.
I can't make it a thing, but I can leave it there.
I can make it a thing if you're not going to move.
I'm not moving at least till my turn, so.
Okay.
So basically, I can't see anything. I can't even see Morgan.
You can't even see Morrigan, no. You know that she was close by and she's dying, so you do know where she is. She's right beyond the wall of darkness.
Okay. Well, I guess I could still do half of what I wanted to do. I'm going to cast... Well, actually, I can't even do that. I have to do something else for this because I need to be able to see. So, thanks, Twilight.
You want to just run up there and reach into the darkness to see if you can grab her?
You can just pull her out of the darkness.
I'm gonna have to do that. No, I'll go up to where I believe that I last saw her.
Yep.
And yes, I'm going to
I can't have moved far. So.
I'm going to reach out a hand to and like kind of like feel for like a prone body.
Mm-hmm. Morgan, how meaty is your tail?
Difficult question to answer. Because like I don't. You said that they're fake, so it's.
I mean,
it's
they are supposed to be thick and about 5 feet long, but like you can go thicker. You can have a somewhat thinner than normal tail, but they are prehensile, so the base is going to be decently thick.
Okay, I'd say it's about average.
Okay, so
maybe slightly thicker than average, considering she works out on session. That there's probably muscles in the tail too.
Just pull-ups with her tail. Call them tail-ups. No, don't call them that. Alright, so you reach out a hand into the darkness. You kind of expect there to be like a soupy, liquidy, or maybe cold feeling as your gauntleted hand passes into the darkness, like reaching into another dimension, into the Shadowfell, perhaps. But there is no difference. It's actually kind of weird watching your hand disappear into this black wall and feel as though nothing happened. But as you reach in past the edge of the shadow, you do come into contact with the body of Morrigan. It does feel like you've found, either a leg or her tail, based on, the fact that it is round, meaty, and cylindrical.
Okay. So that I have now a question for the voice in the sky.
Okay.
Am I able to like grab hold and pull the body / Morgan out of the darkness and still have an action?
I would say normally it's like a grapple, but since it's a body, I will let you do this as part of your move action. And Morgan, how you said that she works out? How heavy is she?
I think I actually calculated that, so I think I have that. She's 134 pounds.
134. All right, and you've got 15 strength. You said, Desmin?
Yes.
Okay. You had to move 1, 2. So you've moved 10 feet. I will say that you will be able to move her back 1 square into the light before you run out of movement, because it's just going to use up all the rest of it to drag her out.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. I will pull her out. And then I will...
You find you are pulling her by your tail.
Well, I hope this doesn't make her sore or hurt her in the long run. As he's holding onto the tail still, he will cast Cure Wounds.
Perfect.
So I will roll that.
Roll for HP.
That is 9 hit points.
All right. Morrigan, you regain consciousness. You find that your wounds are beginning to close. You find you are extremely sore from just getting absolutely pummeled in the last round. And you find that you are laying on the ground with Desmin holding onto your tail, like standing over you and holding your tail between his hands. You can see that his gauntlets are glowing as though he just cast a healing spell on your tail.
Yeah, I am familiar with that. So, as we talked about, this is not the first rumble, and considering Morgan's temperament, it's very likely not the first time Desmin has used her.
I'm just making sure that you have the full picture so you can decide what Morrigan's reaction is. If it is, yep, this is another Tuesday where she got in a little over her head, and Desmond had to save her by healing her, and it doesn't bother her that he's grabbed her tail, then all good.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like, this guy don't fuck around.
No, they do not.
Did anybody get the number of that bitch?
But right now, we can't see them. Desmond is going to release her tail.
Reasonable.
As he says this, figuring that she now is able to take care of herself now. And Desmond also is not going to be able to do anything else, so he is done.
Alright, given that it will represent the end of the round, I know that we're at time, but I want to not just screw Morrigan out of this, so I want you to take your turn and we'll start at the top of the order next time.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so...
So it's
so
all
how much
darkness.
how much HP did I end up with now?
9.
9.
9.
I unfortunately rolled low.
No, that's perfectly fine. Just getting back up is enough, and I do have second wind, so I'm going to use that.
Nice.
How about that? Finally, my turn to use second wind. Bonus. Oh, yeah, okay, nice. It's a bonus action. Again, 1d10 plus 5. Yes, 1d10 plus 5. Oh, fantastic! That's a 1. So, so that's 6 HP again. That's great. That puts me exactly at blooded. So that's great.
Nice. Alright, what do you want to do with your action?
Yeah, okay, I have an action. I see this was a bonus action. I have an action. Can I cast a cantrip together with a bonus action?
Can you cast a cantrip with a bonus action? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, sorcerers can.
She means like having used a bonus action, can I still cast a cantrip with the action?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
I'm casting blade. Then I'm casting blade ward.
Okay, blade ward. You will now be resistant to any piercing, bludgeoning, slashing that comes at you.
Yeah. And with my move action, I get up.
Sounds good. Boof.
Yeah.
You are faced with the wall of darkness, and you can see none of the guards.
That's fine. I got myself a little more protected.
Yeah.
And a little more HP. That's what I needed in order to not die, so...
Sounds good.
I tell Desmond, I owe you a bear.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I owe you a bear.
Ah.
Or whatever you drink.
Desmond pulls out a piece of paper and makes a tally mark on it.
But there's several tallies already still on there.
This is a lot of beer you owe me, Morgan. I don't know, you're writing checks your ass can't cash here.
It seems very reasonable.
not gonna lie, when you first said it, I thought you said I'll be a bear.
I heard
I'm
that
like,
too.
is there a druid in here? Or
I'm,
just
not, I'm not a druid. No.
So I interpreted it as I'll be your bear, like I'll like keep you from going down or something like that. I was like, all right, I like it. They're friends. I owe you a beer. Got it.
I'm not a big gay man. It's fine.
Look, anything you put your mind to, right? Be whatever you want to be. You want to be Desmond's bear, far be it from me to stop you. Alright,
that's
so
it. I have a conversation I need to go have.
with that promise of alcoholic reciprocation, we will end session 3 of Desmond's Creek, as the party has decided, fuck the police.
Well, more like the police said fuck the party, and the party wasn't having it.
You have a belligerent member who's happy to start the fight.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.